In most CI systems, it's common for engineers to be waiting for tasks to run that have nothing to do with their changes. CI systems are set up to run the same tasks on every commit and push, regardless of whether the relevant source files have changed. I'm going to show you how you can save considerable amounts of time with Mint's content-based caching. To show you how content-based caching works, I'm going to make a simple task file. And let's just start off by saying task A, and we'll just echo from task A, and we're going to write this into a.text. Let's go ahead and we'll just run this task here. Say mint run, file tasks, open. And this is the first time Mint has seen this task, so it's going to execute it. It'll be pretty quick. Let's take a few seconds here. It's done already. And we can see that it wrote this is from task A. If we go back now and we run this exact same file again, Mint's going to produce a cache hit. Obviously not too exciting when the task only took a few seconds to run initially, but imagine this was something that took a lot longer. Mint has already run this command, so it doesn't need to run it again. It cached it from the first time that it ran this, and we can see that task A was cached here. We can click and see that we got the same output. Now let's go and write another task that uses the output of this. So let's say we'll just say cat text files, and let's just run cat star.text. Oh, and we'll run this after task A runs using the output from this. Of course, we should expect this to print this is from task A when cat text files runs. Let's kick that off and make sure that happens. Of course, task A is still going to be a cache hit because Mint has already run that command before. So we can see that cat text files is running here, and as expected, we saw this is from task A. Now where this gets really cool is if we go and we modify task A. Let's just add another line here and say echo done running task. Task A is going to have to execute again because this is the first time Mint has seen this. This is the first time it's run this command before, so Mint's going to have to execute it to know what output it produces. However, the result of executing this task is the same string written to the same file in the file system. So when we run cat text files, it's still going to be a cache hit, even though task A is going to be a cache miss. And let's make sure that's what happens. So task A is executing as we expected. We can see that it ran in 3 seconds, but cat text files was a cache hit, as we thought. Mint has an additional capability to really allow you to leverage this feature, which is you can also filter the files that are used by tasks. So now let's say task A is saying this is also from task A, and we'll just write to b.text. If we just run this, it's going to cache bust the cat text files because now there's 2 text files. Cat star.text has never run on a.text and b.text containing these strings before, so Mint's going to have to execute it. However, if we say filter, and we say the only file that should be present when executing this task is a.text and not b.text, this can still be a cache hit. So even though this task has been modified and it's producing different files than it produced before, because cat text files is only going to run with a.text present, it will still be a cache hit. And let's make sure that's the case. Tasks are running here. And there you go. Task A ran, and it wrote, this is from task A, this is also from task A, but cat text files is only seeing the contents of a.text. Of course, if we go back and we remove this filter, now cat text files will be a cache miss because it's the first time it's run on a.text and b.text containing those exact contents. And we can see sure enough here that it's running. This is a really powerful capability. There's a lot of workflows where CI systems are running tasks that they don't need to be running really because if commands are deterministic, you've already run the same commands on the same files, you should just be able to produce the same result. And there's a lot of scenarios depending on your workflows and your project setup where you can leverage this to have CI runs finished sometimes instantaneously.